Hey, that's a really good question. So, specialty pharmacy is just one role of the pharmacist. There's dozens. Most people, when they think of the pharmacist, they think of that, that person standing behind the bench at their local retail pharmacy where they go to get their medicine when they're sick. But there's dozens and dozens, hospital, industry, research, specialty, and all of them are important roles. I served in a long-term care role for many years, and that was great. One thing that's really awesome about specialty and what attracted to me is that it's got a persistent and consistent opportunity to make um, really positive patient, really positive and impactful patient interventions every day. It's a high impact profession where the role of the pharmacist is consistently needed and consistently impactful. So patient interaction is great. It's probably my favorite part of the job. We have a very structured way in which we create patient outreach. We do a very comprehensive new enroll assessment, first enrollment assessment, third refill assessment, and then every 6 months thereafter, and sometimes more depending on the drug, but that's the minimum baseline. All our patient outreach is very thoroughly reviewed by kind of our quality and accreditation team, and we've got some great pharmacists here that had that and coordinate it with our accreditation boards, things like URAC, that kind of certify us as a specialty pharmacy, but we can demonstrate to national organizations that the way we approach patient care is quite good. And then our team is also very available inside and outside of that structure, where I always am inviting people to call if they have questions. Don't wait till refill assessments. Don't sit at home and worry and have anxiety about a particular situation or medication. Is just call us. This organization really prides itself on being available. We have metrics, if you will, in place, or quality assurance parameters in place where patients are not going to be on hold forever. Maybe a scenario here and there, but we really, really, really try that we don't let the phones go crazy and people just sit on hold forever. It's something where we want to be available, because if you're not available, you're not helpful. So my particular role at Lumicera, and there's many. We have I think 4 or 5 different departments, including beyond that we have our leadership roles and collaboration roles. But inside the organization, one of kind of the main departments is the operations role. And what I tell people is that's kind of where the rubber meets the road. It's where all of our ideas and thoughts and energies actually translate into patient care. So probably the two biggest components are directly interfacing with our patients and interfacing with our providers. So I'm on the telephone a lot, speaking to patients about their medical care and coordinating that care with our provider partners. The second part of my particular role is actually the dispensing role. So physically putting hands on the medication, making sure it's right for every patient every single time. Everything that goes out the door is checked very carefully by one of our pharmacists, one of our operations pharmacists, and that's the team that I currently serve. What I like working about Lumicera from an external standpoint is it's a very patient-centered approach. Like we always are striving to make sure that the patient is at the center of everything that we do. Internally, Lumicera really cares just as much about its patients as it does its employees. I could go list a whole bunch of things. I think that's beyond the scope necessarily of this conversation, but internally there's very, very low turnover. Lots of people want to work here. People are satisfied to work here. So taking care of patients, taking care of employees is kind of the 1+1 recipe that works really well for our organization.